It's not looking so good right now. Yes, he made a child. Probably the fat we are seeing is baby fat. We don't know. We want to hope that that is not the case. But as of right now, this is Idiosyncratic. This is it. And I shall present garbage. Put it inside here. I don't care what anyone says. As of right now, Eden Hazard is consummate garbage. That is my take. You can agree, you can disagree. Yes. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Halftime TV with the most current, controversial, and objective sports commentary you will get. This is me, your host, Darius Boris, and my fellow co-host, Mr. Norando Brown. We have a very exciting episode here this week where we will touch on three basic topics. We'll have the week in sports wrap-up. Of course, we'll cover all the major sporting events that passed week. And we have 5 reasons why your favorite team is garbage, and another 5 reasons why your favorite player is garbage. These are the 3 segments. Where to start? Of course, the Premier League started back this weekend. Massive game between my side, Liverpool. Not my side, Liverpool. Sorry, let me correct myself there. My side, Manchester United. And Liverpool, where it ended in a draw. Now, Mr. Brown, I want to get your take on this first, because I know you haters thought we would have been destroyed in Old Trafford, but that was not the case. So, what do you have to say about that, man? What do you have to say?
I think haters is a rather strong word, a strong term to use. We're realists, and that's how I like to refer to myself. The game was extremely horrible for the most part. Manchester United, they celebrated a draw at the end of the game, which is extremely surprising. The reaction from the players at full time. Liverpool, they came to play football. However, as I said in our prior discussions, Liverpool is yet to hit top form. I'm still not convinced by them and their performances this season. They have been winning, however, they haven't shown me that they are worthy Premier League champions just yet. So that's just my 2 cents on it. It was well hyped. It's one of the biggest rivalries in English football, and it did not live up to expectations.
That's your thing. I wouldn't say it lived up to expectations. Of course, it was a cagey game. That is what happens in these derbies, well, this derby in particular. Usually that's the case, because most teams, no one wants to lose. But at the end of the day, what we were showing before and what was seen on the weekend were 2 totally different teams. I would say that my coach shows that he got his tactics spot on. He negated the threat of both wing backs, which is Alexander Arnold and Andrew Robertson. In the middle of the park, he stopped Henderson and he stopped Fabinho and Wijnaldum from really taking the game by the scruff of the neck and playing. Well, Firmino is right now in Maguire's back pocket because I didn't see him for the entire game. So I would think it's a good point we could have held them. But it goes sometimes. If you lack concentration and you switch off, which is what happened in the end, we conceded a late goal. Many men said VAR helped us out, but no one is saying VAR helped out Liverpool about 2 weeks ago against Leicester when Mane was touched, barely touched. I think the guy blew on him in the box and he fell. I don't know if he's sick, he probably fainted. And a penalty was given. Now tell me, if it is you are supporting that type of decision, then of course you can't chastise the decision. In football, you need a little luck, and it seemed like the luck was on our side in that case, and rightly so in my book. Yes, he was touched. Was he touched? Yes. But was it enough for him to go down in that spectacular manner? No, it wasn't. So I agree with the referees with that decision where I did not judge that a foul on already. I don't know if you have a different take on that, but I don't think that
I must disagree with you on that point, because we had a discussion about the Sadio Mane penalty a few weeks ago, and I told you it didn't warrant a penalty, and you said it did. So now that you said it was a foul. You said it was a foul because he made contact with the player. However, you said the reaction that Mane gave was not warranted.
That is what
that's it. Exactly. So if it is a foul, it is a foul, and not because this week it was in your team's favor. It should be the same criteria straight across the board. That's it. That's it.
Once a player is touched, you could go down as if a sniper picked you out from Rosie. That is the way that you should react to that little touch.
That's exactly why I said Mane's situation was not a penalty a few weeks ago. And so if you're gonna use that and say, okay, Mane's situation was a penalty, then this incident that happened on the weekend should be adjudged a foul as well. And that's the issue I have with VAR, because it there you go. So it lacks consistency, and we've been seeing it week in, week out. I think of the weekend's fixtures, probably 8 or 9 of the games that were played had VAR in VAR introduction, and VAR helped to decide most of the fixtures on the weekend. I watched Wolves game. There were 2 goals ruled out because of VAR. Leicester's game, there was a goal ruled out because of VAR as well. Arsenal's game against who did Arsenal? Sheffield United, VAR in that as well.
Nicolas Pepe had they had the goal gaping from about 5 yards out.
I agree, but I'm not talking about missed opportunities here. I'm talking. I am not blaming. I am not blaming VAR for the results any at all. However, I'm saying VAR was involved in basically 90% of the games on the weekend, and did they get everything right? I'm not so sure.
What did they get right? What did they get right? If you Liverpool game,
it's
one, which was the foul on Origi. Secondly, the handball from Mane. How would you judge the second incident where Liverpool
I think Mane's handball was in fact a handball, and that decision was correct. However, but the foul on Origi was a foul, and VAR should have ruled that a foul as well, because no.
Fine, I shouldn't be a break. I must always be losing his legs.
Nothing.
I must die.
No, I did not say. I did not say anything of that sort. But as I said, if we're being honest here, and if we're using the same metrics to do everything straight across the board, then it should have been a foul, and it resulted in the game ending 1-1. So it directly influenced the result of the game, and it was an extremely high stake game as well. So it's the same thing with the Tottenham game. VAR said no goal. Referee said goal. Big controversy there as well, because even on the screen in the stadium, it said no goal.
And contentious to me. I didn't understand what took place there. Is it that the referees can overrule a VAR decision? I'm still trying to, I'm still doing my research on the whole VAR thing, and it seems that
if it is a clear and obvious error by the referee, then VAR intervenes and they have to make the decision. There you go. So if it's not a clear and obvious error on the referee's part, then the referee's decision stands. So that's basically in a nutshell what VAR is. And they haven't perfected it. We've seen glimpses of it helping out teams, quote unquote. However, we've seen some teams extremely outdone by it. And
I think it was Dele Alli scored the goal and he chested it wasn't sure if he chested.
Yeah, it came off his shoulder. It came off his shoulder.
So it was too difficult to decide that one. So in all honesty, I actually would agree with you giving that one to the attacking player, because from all the angles I saw with the cameras, it didn't look, it was inconclusive, you know. It was difficult to say whether it is the top of his shoulder there or if it was the chest. VAR deemed it no goal, but the ref, and I agree with him that that could have been a goal, man. So let the goal stand. I guess you have a different take on that.
I think no. Well, I think it was a goal. I don't think VAR got that one wrong. However, the controversy came in with the screen. So the screen in the stadium was saying no goal, and the fans in the stadium with that impression that there isn't a goal, and then you're seeing the referee pointing to the center circle. So it's a bit of mix up, and then people bring it into question again. So say for instance VAR got the decision right, however the screen is saying something different from what the referee and the VAR officials have agreed on over the earpiece or whatever. But it's a bit misleading for the fans, for persons watching on television, for persons in the stadium, and it threw off a whole lot of persons because I believe some of the fans were even celebrating that it's not a goal. So, there you go. So the technology is still in its teething process. They will get it right, hopefully.
Yes,
I'm hoping they do.
I believe they will.
Yeah.
But in football,
I'm not sure how long it will take, but hopefully they get it right. Yeah. There you go. And back to your game though, I think it was a fair enough result. Neither team deserved to win. Liverpool weren't great. Manchester United employed Mourinho's strategy, and they weren't great either. So a fair enough result. I'm not sure if you think you deserve to win, because I watched an interview with Marcus Rashford and he said Liverpool didn't deserve a point from the game, and they outright deserved to win. So,
when you mentioned we employ Mourinho's tactics, I'm not sure what you're seeing. It didn't look like Mourinho's tactics per se, because they didn't exactly park the bus until I would say later in the game. Because if you watch at how their formation evolved as the game went on, they started with a 3-4-1-2. Pereira was playing the one behind the two strikers, which was Daniel James and Rashford. But they were basically split, so he was making runs through the middle. They stayed like that for the most part in the first half, and then eventually in the second half, that was after they scored the goal, you would have seen they went into their shell a bit more. But they were actually trying to attack Liverpool in the first half, you know. So, for you to say listen, listen. Mourinho's strategy is basically get one and then lock shop. But that's not all the time.
And that's what they did. Because this game you were playing at home. The second half, Virgil van Dijk spent most of his time in the center circle on the halfway mark.
Would you say so? So there was a situation where he and Rashford chased the ball down in the corner, and Rashford
because you kicked it long and expected Rashford to chase, and that's exactly
magnificently. So I don't know what the issue is here, but at the end of the day, you play to your strengths, not so.
Yeah, I agree, and I have no issue with it. I have no issue with it. I'm just saying it as I see it.
So
right?
No problem. In other news, we would look at Manchester City's game now. As you know, given the fact that Liverpool drew that game, the gap is now down to 6 points. I would have said earlier in the season I thought Liverpool had enough to probably win the league, but based on not only the evidence of that game I just watched, if I look back at some of the results, I saw they barely beat Leicester 2-1. The dubious penalty in the end, I had my issues with that penalty. The game they beat Chelsea. Chelsea gave them a run. They won 2-1. Another game, I think they won 1-0. They have been scraping by. I'm not sure how long that will last, because at some point, I think they will lose a few games, and I'm seeing squad depth is a problem now, because the replacements for the first team as well. Salah wasn't there on the weekend, but his replacement Origi. The most he did was lie down in spectacular fashion when that ball touched him. I didn't see him do anything. What else did he do in that game? Maybe you can tell me, but I didn't see.
I didn't see much from him either. I didn't see much from him, and At the beginning of the season, it was my issue as well.
But
Liverpool
depth is an
didn't do
issue.
enough
And I
shopping.
see that.
And
I believe Man City will
exactly.
catch them. I think they will catch them, and they will
Yeah.
pass them.
Well, well, it's not that big of a
Exactly.
margin, you
And
know.
it's early.
Considering we're only 9 games in, it's not that big a margin. I think it was 8 games prior to the weekend, and Liverpool drew and Man City won. So it's cut again, and I expect it to get even
Yes.
narrower come the next few weeks. So Liverpool hasn't been great. If they should suffer a few injuries, everything will go downhill. They haven't hit top form as yet. Mohamed Salah was injured on the weekend. I'm not sure how long he'll be out for. But Manchester City, they are the team to beat, and they are out favourites to win this Premier League, even now that they're
Yes,
trailing.
I have them as out and out favourites as well. I actually agree with that. I see your team Chelsea actually they're doing pretty well. In Frank you trust? That is the slogan I'm hearing all around. Do you trust in Frank, or is that just the hype and the emotion of the moment?
He's getting the best out of the players at his disposal now. I wouldn't say in Frank.
So why
I
don't you trust
trust.
Frank? So who you trust?
They're doing well. They're doing well now. They're doing well now. I give them that much, but that's as far as it goes on my path. I don't have much expectations from him for this season.
Like a plastic fan.
Well, I as I said at the beginning, I am a realist, and I don't want to get too. I don't want to get too caught up into the emotion of the moment and the euphoria behind the wins. I am happy that we won. I'm happy that we're on a 5-game winning streak.
I watched a few of the games, and I'm quite impressed. I'm quite impressed with the way
they are doing well. They are doing well. They are doing well, as I said. He had a little defensive issue at the beginning of the season. He's been working on that. I think we're now 2 clean sheets. So it's a work in progress. Chelsea has conceded, I think, only maybe 2-3. There you go. I think only 2 teams have conceded. But there you go. But we've been scoring a lot, so we know where the issue is, and he's been working on it. That's another question. So we just have to be hopeful as Chelsea fans. There are better days ahead, hopefully. And Frank, keep up the good work. It's a work in progress.
But while we're in the region of London, we are looking at Arsenal. What occurred with Arsenal today? What really took place? I don't think it was at the Emirates though, they were at Sheffield. What is going on with Arsenal? What is going on with Unai in that? Alright, he's outdated, he's antiquated, but it's not a change, it looked like an exchange, because I'm seeing Unai Emery doing the same things that Arsene Wenger is doing. So, Arsenal fans, what really going on? What really going on with other team? What do you think about Arsenal?
The good thing about this weekend is they can't blame David Luiz for the goal this time around.
Yes, he was not defending as usual, so I can blame him.
He was there about. However, it wasn't his fault this time around. But I think Unai Emery he needs to get a consistent starting 11 out there. You and I have had this discussion before. He continues to change up the team. Now, as soon as the team starts building momentum or building some form of chemistry, he changes it, and then we're back to square one again. Today we saw. Go ahead.
In his defense, I think the last 5 games in all competition they won. So, if we're being honest, I'm guessing this is just a bump in the road. But I don't want it's difficult to believe in Arsenal. Yes, my team not doing well. I think we're in 14th. Let me just put that there, just in case somebody want to give me some pick on later on about that 14th place. Yes, we're in 14th. But anyhow, we're talking about Arsenal. And right now, Arsenal is devastatingly inconsistent. I am not certain, as you just said, what is Unai Emery's best 11? And he needs to sort that out at some point, because he has been there longer than my coach. My coach is still, well, we have injuries and so forth. I'm not sure he has the same issues. He has Mesut Ozil, who he refuses to use because I'm guessing he doesn't suit his philosophy, whatever that is. And that is very concerning, because Arsenal, they're looking like just like us, they may fall out of the top 4 this season. I don't know if you agree with me, Mr. Brown, as we ventilated that earlier, but I don't know if that probably changed within the past few weeks when you saw them winning a few games. I don't know. You could tell me.
But Arsenal's away record has been atrocious. Danny Ceballos, he's been their best midfielder for the past few games, and today he wasn't in.
They have Liverpool?
I think it's Liverpool they have. If not,
Liverpool is a small side, man. Nearly beat Liverpool, all kind of thing.
So
nearly cut Liverpool's skin now, man. Oh God, don't worry yourself.
Nearly. This man's still celebrating on nearly. So anyway, so Tottenham, Pochettino and co, they need to get it right. They need to get it right ASAP, because this is the English Premier League and all it takes is 2 bad results and then everything goes haywire. So they can't get in the habit of losing or drawing games. They need to go back to winning, and I think that's the only way the players will regain their confidence. And that's my 2 on it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think what has happened, well, this wouldn't really show Pochettino's man management skills, because whatever is happening in the dressing room, as we can see, it has a negative effect on the field. So whoever it is involved in whatever it is, he would have to take them by the shoulder, pull those parties together and try to have a sit down or something, some type of counseling, some type of heart-to-heart has to take place, because he has to build back that camaraderie. It's not seeming like all of them on the same page on the field.
And that's how teams work. That's how teams work.
Yeah, as you can see, the results speak for themselves. I don't need to get into that. We don't need to ventilate that pretty deeply, because it's pretty obvious for us to see what is going on in Tottenham. So I actually like Tottenham, as in I like their style of play. I like what he was doing with them. I like where that project was headed.
I
and
agree.
I would like to see him get back on track.
I agree.
I hope something happens. This is me honestly looking at this team who is my rival and saying, yeah, I like the brand of football they were playing and I want them to get back to that. So I really hope Pochettino finds some way. Or if not, I guess he may pack up and leave and go. Well, they said he was, a lot of teams was looking at him last season, but if he doesn't right the ship, it's not looking likely that he would have as much suitors as he had probably within last year or year before.
Well, he may be thinking he should have taken that Manchester United job when he had the opportunity.
Yeah, probably, but that job is still looking pretty tedious at this time. As I mentioned Sunday in my reaction video, for now, Ole in.
Ole in.
For now.
We'll get to that further in the show.
Yes, we'll see how the season develops. But for now, as of tonight, Ole in. On another note, Spanish League football. Could just touch on Real Madrid lost to Mallorca over the weekend?
Real Madrid lost to Mallorca. Zidane rested like a few of the stars. Eden Hazard was.
Or the players are comfortably in the hospital resting, because many of them are injured. Are you aware of that?
But Hazard was left on the bench, so that's another story. So.
That's another story.
There you go. So that's a story by itself. People will
question. He wasn't on the bench though. I think
he was left out of the team.
If I'm not mistaken, no, he wasn't left out. If I'm not mistaken, I did some research. He has his 4th child. His 4th child was born, I think, over the weekend. So he took some leave. I think it's we call it paternity leave, I'm guessing. So congrats to Eden Hazard.
Congrats. That's news to me. Congratulations, Eden Hazard.
That was why he left out. Because I was wondering why he didn't play.
Yeah, I was wondering too, and I think I glimpsed him on the bench, but I guess that's probably someone else, probably Isco or Vasquez or one of those players. But
I think they're still at the top of the table, but Barcelona closed the gap somewhat. I think the gap wasn't very big to begin with.
Barcelona took the lead. So now they're trailing.
Okay.
Yeah,
so the league is pretty tight still.
There you go. So Barcelona is now at the top of the La Liga. Atletico Madrid, I think they lost on the weekend as well. I'm not sure what.
Spanish league is pretty open this year.
Yeah, so
it's pretty open this year, but it's between those 3, I think.
Yeah,
Madrid as usual.
It will end the same.
It's anyone's game. It's anyone's game, though.
It will be the same culprits at the end. So it's just a tug of war for now who's taking the early lead or them exchanging places atop the table. So that's in and of itself another story. Bundesliga is extremely competitive as well. Bayern Munich, they drew on the weekend. I think it was 2-2. Lewandowski, he had a goal again. That's 8th straight. He's a man on fire. However, his team could not hit.
He is aging like fine wine, man. he's not getting down when it comes to goals, man. Every year he's still up there as the top scorer, man. I must commend that.
There you go.
Kind of reminds me of Zlatan there, man.
Yeah. For me, he's currently the best striker on the planet. But I won't debate that right now. As I said. Time,
he's up there, you know, but
time doesn't allow. But who would you put above him now?
The best striker on the planet.
No,
Right?
no, right
You
now.
might be correct, you know. On current form, yeah, Lewandowski.
There you go. So
I stand to be corrected by anyone who sees the stats differently, but yeah, I have to agree with you there. I can't debate you with that.
there you go.
Current form, Aubameyang may get a shout, but
Yeah,
in the same conversation, when I look at it, Aubameyang is currently carrying Arsenal.
yeah.
Because
But
he doesn't score, no one else scores.
yeah, but the thing with Lewandowski as well, he's doing it right across the board. So he
For club and country.
yeah, there you go, for club, country. On the big occasions, on the smaller ones, he just shows up every game. He's there to play. He's there to get his job done, and he has been doing it. He's working for his money, as I like to say. So that's my 2 for the Bundesliga over there in Germany. We can now move on to the NBA. Mr. Darius, I'll leave the honors to you for now.
Yes, the NBA season kicks off, but it kicks off on, I would say, a bit of a sad note as the hype. The guy that came out of the draft with all the hype, as much hype as
All the
LeBron
plaudits.
in 2003, all the plaudits, all the expectations. Zion Williamson is injured. Folks.
What a time, eh?
He had surgery on his right meniscus in his knee, I think. So he would be out. They said 6 to 8 weeks, but given Zion's humongous size, he may be out for 3 months in my book because Zion needs to lose some weight. You can't be down in New Orleans eating all the gumbo. No Zion. No Zion. You have to lay off the gumbo. You have put on too much size. You can't jump like that and think that the same bones that you and I have would stand up with all that weight around.
But not only the injury.
I could be downsize anytime.
Injuries don't seem to be the issue with most these big athletes. It's the recovery aspect of it, and especially when you're that big, it requires a little bit more work than the average player. So he
size.
there you go. So he'll have some work on his hands.
Lay off the gumbo. But no, I really wanted to see him do well. I really want to see him do well, but I am afraid. I'm afraid that injuries could possibly wreck his career. That team needs to manage him, and they need to manage his weight. So conditioning comes into play. I'm yet to believe that it would just be 6 to 8 weeks. I think it would be longer. I am actually looking for Zion probably in January, because if 6 to 8 weeks are about 2 months, we are at the end of October. That takes you to basically the end of December. And then when you are recovering, you are not exercising. So you are also gaining weight while you're recovering. So it's a big blow to the Pelicans, but I think they have enough to, Drew Holiday is still a great point guard. I think they have enough as of right now to still challenge and keep their team afloat within the playoff race, because obviously it's early. But I think the best of Zion, you may see that after the All-Star break, because even in January he has to now acclimatize himself to the pace of the league and all these types of things. So the Pelicans, I'm not sure they may make the playoffs this season, but I think they will be in the fight for that 8th seed. Outside of that, I'm looking at the Western Conference, which is where the fight is taking place. I see the Lakers. I watched some preseason games. They played well. against the Warriors. They beat the Warriors. Warriors is notoriously my team, but we're still trying to get it right after that massive rebuild. I think currently only 5 of our current 15 players on the roster are from the whole set. So we have 10 completely new players. So it'll take a little time to integrate them and get that small ball and all that movement. We are.
But the Warriors know how to build stars, so time will do it.
It will take a little time
to
build back that chemistry.
Time will do it. So I think they can afford to sit out this one. They can afford to sit out one.
Afford to sit out?
Yeah,
no, I'm not supporting. I am not supporting
they can afford. They can afford a season off.
I have a seed of faith right in this pocket here.
Okay.
I shall take it out and use it for my Warriors. We will be back. We will be back this season. Don't worry.
We'll see. We're all here watching on. But good luck to the Warriors. They will need a whole lot of it. Seeing what has happened to that team and that crop of players this season. So. The Western Conference, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be It's gonna be bustling. There are a whole lot of superstars on that side. There's a whole lot of expectations, big money spent, and people will be expecting returns, and that's where the pressure piles on.
Going to the Eastern Conference. The Brooklyn Nets. They say that's the team to beat, but I see the 76ers as the team to beat. 76ers were one ball bounce away from the NBA final. I think that was last season.
I think the bookmakers have them as one. The bookmakers have them as one of the favorites, to win. Yeah, there you go, to win the NBA this season.
To win?
Yeah, to win the NBA. I was checking out.
Someone shot 1-3.
I was
expect that that's a miracle there. I think they allowed one miracle, and that 1-3, I think that was all the miracles they had for the season there. I don't see them winning, but I see they will compete.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well, I agree with you. I agree with you, surprisingly. But the odds are in their favor. So let's see. If you're a betting man, I would not encourage you to put your money there. However, if you're a man of odds, then go ahead and feel free. But I would not put my money on them to win the NBA this season. There's a whole lot of competition coming from elsewhere. Whether they'll make the conference, final, that's yet to be seen. I'm yet to be convinced as well. But they have a good roster. And we'll see how far they goes, I guess.
Well, early in the season, Mr. Brown, your prediction for winner, call it. Before a ball is bounced, before a shot is taken, call who you think will win the NBA. And we want no bias, so you can't call the team that you probably favor because you have personal interest in that team or emotional ties. Pick a team that is outside of that.
Okay. I'm going to go with the Clippers. I'm gonna go with the Clippers. I'm gonna go with the Clippers now.
Differently, I'll go with the Lakers.
Well,
I am not a fan of LeBron, but I am that tandem with him and Anthony Davis.
Do you think that is enough, though? Do you think that is enough?
Do I think it's enough?
Yeah,
I think it's enough when healthy.
Okay, all right.
Anthony Davis's health is a concern.
That's my primary concern, and that's why I didn't go for the Lakers as well.
All things being equal, and that Lakers team is healthy, I think they can probably win.
They will compete and they will be up there, no doubt. But NBA champions, I think they still need another season. If LeBron is there next year, if they retain the talent that they have now and probably make a few additions, hands down, they'll be runaway champions come next season. But I won't give it to them this season as yet.
Well, fair enough. I like that assessment. Moving on now to I'll say the most opinionated part of the show. We have 2 segments here. 5 reasons why your favorite team is garbage. Now, today's episode will deal with football. That could always change later on, but today you get 5 reasons why your favorite team is garbage and 5 reasons why your favorite player is garbage. Kicking off this segment will be Mr. Brown, where he will choose whichever team. Of course, I don't know. This is like Brantop. You push your hand in, you don't know what you get. Come out. I don't know what team he picked. I have an idea because he hates my team, but I don't believe in assumptions. Mr. Brown, tell us which team did you choose and the 5 reasons why that particular team is garbage.
Well, I chose to kick this season or this aspect of the show off Manchester United. It's by no means because of my hate, quote unquote, for your team. I do not hate your team. I have no reason to hate your team. Manchester United has been a great team throughout the years. As young players coming up and young fans of the game, we have learned a lot, especially how to be champions from Manchester United, and I must give that to Alex Ferguson and company and the teams the teams that you guys have put forward throughout the years have been astounding. The players that have come through the ranks at Manchester United are to be reckoned with. A lot of world-class talent has come through that door, and if it continues to come through, I'm not so sure. However, I'll be speaking about Manchester United. Now, the first reason why I think Manchester United is garbage is Jesse Lingard. If he's fit, he plays. I think he doesn't give enough to your team. 117 games played for Manchester United. I think 17 goals, 10 assists. That's not Manchester United quality or caliber player.
The man trying,
117. Jesse Lingard.
It's better to try and fail than to not try at all.
Jesse Lingard turns 27 in December. So
the man still great.
Yeah,
I can't even know one at all.
All right, so Jesse Lingard is the first reason. Second reason, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think he was appointed solely on emotions. I'm yet to be convinced as to whether he is suitable for Manchester United. I believe.
But he did pretty well Sunday. You find tactically he was a bit better than in other games. Of course, the subs was an issue.
He did pretty well considering the circumstances, yes, but in other games especially, the lower teams that considering even last week before last week against Newcastle, we saw that when Manchester United is given the opportunity to play with the ball, they do little with it. So the less of the ball they get, the better they play, and that's not the Manchester United that I am used to. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, is it a case where he deserved the job? Would his resume put him in any other top 5 club anywhere in the world? No. He
had to start somewhere.
But well,
Amanda's own a company for
I don't have a problem with him starting somewhere.
You ever see a man start at the head of the company?
He started at Molde. He went to Cardiff. He took over Cardiff basically when Cardiff were in trouble. Cardiff got relegated and he was sacked the first month into the 2014 season. So he went back to Molde, and I don't think if it were any other player, had it not been like a former player of Manchester United, he would have currently been in this post. And if we are to be fair and rational about the situation, he is been given a little bit of leeway, not a little bit, a whole lot of leeway, so to speak, considering the other managers that have come to Manchester United and the time that they've spent there and how they've been treated by the fans. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he doesn't deserve to be at Manchester United. This is too big a job for him. He's not ready for this job as yet. My third pointer, Paul Pogba, sometime-ish Pogba, as I like to say. He's extremely moody. He decides when he wants to play, and that's not what we expect from world-class quote-unquote players. I've heard utterances here and there all over the place about Pogba being world-class, but one of my metrics of measuring a world-class player is consistency, and I'm yet to see a consistent player in Paul Pogba. The lack of leadership in that Manchester United dressing room is also a pointer that needs to be tied into this Pogba fella. The lack of leadership. Pogba is the biggest name in that Manchester United dressing room.
Take your woman when he was young. Tell me, it's a candid conversation.
Pogba, Manchester United has 2 expected world-class players. David De Gea, he's coming to the back end of his career. Pogba is the other one, and people are looking to Pogba to be the leader, especially the younger players. he came through the ranks, he left, he came back a better player. And there are a lot of players in that dressing room that are looking towards Pogba for leadership and that sort of stuff. And he has quality, no doubt. However, he's not been showing that consistent enough for me to warrant him a place at the table of the world-class midfielders. He's good. He's great on his day, but he needs to be consistent with it. My fourth reason, Manchester United lacks a target man. A counter-attacking team needs a target player. They sold Romelu Lukaku. They did not replace him. Marcus Rashford, he is a great winger. He plays better when he's on the wing. Romelu Lukaku, he gave you a little bit of focal point in the front. His first touch was atrocious, to say the least.
It's still atrocious.
Well, while at Manchester United, there you go. So you didn't replace that, and I think that's why you are lacking them goals this season. I think Manchester United has scored 10 goals this season so far, and they scored 4. There you go. They scored 4 against Chelsea, and they have failed to score more than 1 goal in the next 8 games. So the goals are an issue. Marcus Rashford, will he give you 20-25 goals a season? I don't think so. So you need to work on that. He's really great when it comes to running the channels, but what does he do? Not enough in my book. He's not a Jamie Vardy who makes defenders shuffle and run all over the place for a full 90 minutes. He'll run down the channel like a typical winger and do what wingers do, get crosses into the box. So I think that's one area of adjustment that's needed for Manchester United. Finally, I think it's the overdependence on Dan James. He's the most inexperienced player in your starting lineup, and yet there's so much reliance on him. He's currently the team's top scorer, bar Rashford, who scored 4 goals and had 2 assists. But we still have to consider that Rashford's 2 of Rashford's goals came from the penalty spot. So over-reliance on Dan James. He had 1 full season at Swansea where he scored, I think, 4 or 5 goals in 33 appearances. He's already played 9 games for Manchester United, and he's had 3 goals and an assist. So
I actually agree with that last one.
Is this where Manchester United have reached? Is that where you guys have gone to? I think you guys still need to do a whole lot of work. It's a rebuilding process, I agree. However, it's still 6 years since Alex Ferguson's departure, and I haven't seen any positive improvements. I haven't seen any step in the right direction as yet. So I'm yet to be convinced, and those are my 5 reasons based on my observations, based on the games that I've watched throughout the past 3-4 seasons, and what I have did from everything that has transpired. Yep.
Well, Mr. Brown, I'll take your criticisms, and I will give a call to Mr. Shoza. He's a very good friend of mine. I will let him know your concerns, and hopefully going forward, the team would be able to address some of those. While I don't agree with all, I'm not going to go through which ones I actually agree with or disagree with. Your assertions, they had deep analysis, so it is something to look at, and it is something to take, and probably, hopefully, the board is seeing the things you are seeing, because what you need to look at is a lot of our problems stem from the top. And when Mourinho was there, he would have requested certain players be bought away. I'm not a Mourinho fan, I'm not a Mourinho apologist. I wasn't a fan of him, but I saw where some areas needed strengthening. Just recently, our midfield needed strengthening. We always let players go, we never replace them. Lukaku assertion, where we let him go, we didn't replace him. Sanchez, we let Sanchez go, we didn't replace these guys. Herrera, we let him go, didn't replace him. Obviously, we are a shell of what we were, and now we have a lot of inexperienced players trying to get experience, trying to find their footing in where the big boys play, which is the Premier League. So, hopefully, They say when you're at the bottom, you only play
let's see. Let's see.
When we start here,
Let's see.
we wouldn't
Let's
end
see.
here.
Aston Villa currently ahead of you in the English League, Premier League. English League, so.
You don't need to remind me. We'll strike that from the answer. We don't need to remind me of that.
Alright, you can proceed
Moving
with
on.
5 reasons why your favorite player is garbage. I'm extremely anxious to hear who you'll come with, and hopefully I will disagree on this one so I can have a bit of debate on it.
I believe everybody will disagree, but they would not disagree because I am not right. They would disagree because we filled with emotions. Now, let me start this description of this player. This player is actually an excellent player, but what I am talking about is 5 reasons why that player is garbage right now. Let me release the name because I know this is eagerly anticipated. Eden Hazard, or aptly called right now Eden Fatzard. You see his size? Why is he so fat? What happened to Eden Hazard? Will you always Spanish rice and walk, please, Eden? Please. You left Chelsea. Let me call some stats for you, Mr. Brown. It's clear that the Eden Hazard of Chelsea and the Eden Hazard of Real Madrid is not the same person. Last season, 32 games, 16 goals, 15 assists, 2.5 shots per game, 3.7 dribbles completed, 84 pass rate. He played 4 games in the Europa League. 4 games. Now that's equivalent to how much games he has played for Real Madrid this season. I just need to put that in there and I'll tell you why later on. He scored 2 goals, 2 assists, 4.5 dribbles per game, 87% pass. He has played 4 games for Real Madrid. This is the first reason why he's garbage. 2 balls in the box, 266 minutes, 1 shot per game. That is woeful. That is not good enough. That is not good enough for a player that costs, I think he's the 3rd most expensive player in Real Madrid history. Come on, that is not good enough. That is my first reason why Eden Hazard, as of right now, because I know some of you boo boys in the comments will come after and say, if I didn't Eden, I am talking about why the man is garbage right now. He's garbage. Secondly, Real Madrid's system, it doesn't seem to suit him. Now in Chelsea, he had free movement. While he would start on the left, he was able to move around the field and look for space and to create. It seems that he is told, I'm not sure, because I am not privy to the conversations he has with his coach, it seems that he's told to stay left, stay wide. And I am not sure doing that all game is utilizing Eden Hazard's strengths, because his strength is to take on people. But of course, he's fat. He can't take on anybody right now, at least. He may not get past them as quickly as
some great fat men have done superior things in the past, i.e. one Ronaldo of Brazil. One Ronaldo of Brazil, he came 20 pounds overweight, and what he did is still etched in history. So continue, my friend. I'm still here listening.
All right, no problem. The 3rd reason. No, I would have just touched on this, but as you can see, his weight has affected his speed. Now, of course, we know match sharpness is an issue. We know that. We know he had a thigh injury when he just came. But I believe as a professional footballer, you have to be serious. So you could see that as of right now, he's moving with all the speed and grace of a wardrobe. That is not good enough. That is not good enough, Eden Hazard, because I have seen you move. I know how good you can play. I have seen what you have done to my team in the Premier League. So that is the 3rd. I think that's what the 3rd reason. And the 3rd reason?
It seems as if you have about 10 there.
I think that was the 3rd reason. No. That was actually, let me see, system, yes. Psychologically is the issue right now. You know, Real Madrid fans, they tend to turn on their players pretty quick. If they see you're not producing, especially the big name players that come. Eden Hazard, I don't care what anyone says. As of right now, Eden Hazard is constantly garbage. That is
Well,
my take. You can agree, you can disagree, but the fact is, I am right. Go ahead.
Well, you presented the statistics. I won't argue against the stats, but I've watched a few of the games and he definitely hasn't been at his best. At Chelsea, we could say even when he wasn't scoring, he was influencing the game, whether creating assists or even when he's not creating assists, he's creating space for other players to score goals. And as a result, he contributed a whole lot to the team winning, even when he wasn't scoring or getting assists. But I agree. I haven't seen that Eden Hazard at Real Madrid as yet. I know he will come good, but I'm still waiting. He's a current shadow of himself.
Well,
or
as the saying
I
goes, they said form is temporary, class is permanent.
Class is
And I
permanent.
still
I agree.
believe that
There you go.
there is a world-class player inside there. But as of right now, I'm not seeing them. So I made space for them in my dustbin that I sowed. I just showed on the camera. So going forward, we would hope that Eden Hazard finds his way out of this situation and we can see the greatness that he normally showed when he was at Chelsea, poisoning all these things in the Premier League on a regular basis.
Well, I maybe he needed to be away from Courtois. They said, "Show me your friends, and I'll tell you."
Oh gosh, I could have done it.
Who you are.
Why
Show your friends, and I'll tell you. I'll tell you who you are. So maybe some of Courtois' luck is rubbing off on him.
Or probably they're being in the same garbage heap. So
there you go. So, Eden Hazard, the players in there, if you're hearing me, the fans, even some of us Chelsea fans, we're still waiting to see you at Real Madrid. We want to see you on the big stage doing what you did for Chelsea so many years. Yeah, that's my two on it. I agree with you though, for the most part. He hasn't arrived at Real Madrid as yet. I think he only sent his suitcases down there in the summer. He's still somewhere in probably in the Maldives
he left his
on
football
vacation.
boots in London, so he probably carried his golfing shoes or he carried his sneakers that he used to go through the buffet line, because that is how he's moving right now.
No, not the footballing Hazard, not the Eden of old. So Eden, come on, get it together. We're still waiting. If you don't have anything more to add, I think we'll wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Once more, thank you so very much for tuning in.
Yes,
Myself, Noranda Brown, Darius Boris, the most objective, riveting, and scintillating football talk show anywhere in the region. Look forward to hearing from you in the comment section, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks.
Thanks.